All right, good afternoon and welcome to ULTradez. My name is David Whiteley and today is Tuesday, August 8th, and this is my trade recap video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am in the process of working to get 20 accounts through Apex funded, through the evaluation process and funded. And the purpose of this channel and these videos is to share that process and journey with you. Part of it is so that I can remain accountable. And the other part is things that I learn along the way I will pass along, and hopefully, there'll be something in there that helps somebody out. So let's get right into it. This is a spreadsheet that I recently sort of developed in order to kind of track this process. I'm on day number 2 with this set of accounts and this sort of cycle. And the way that I've had these accounts, some of them for longer than 2 days. But I kind of do it based on when you have to have, your 7 days in before you can get funded. And then you have to trade for 10 days before you can request a payout. So I back everything into that kind of cycle. And so I'm sort of day 2 into the 7 days that I need to get these things passed. Today was kind of a fun day. I don't know. It was a losing day for me. It was a red day. Had some ups and downs today. But it was a fun day. I don't know. I had a fun day trading today. Much better than yesterday. Yesterday, my head was just cloudy and nothing seemed to make sense. Today, obviously, my trading results weren't great, but I enjoyed it and pretty optimistic. So I guess just a quick recap of where we stand. Here it is, 276. Down is where I ended up, on the accounts with the biggest loss, somewhere less than that. The trade copier kind of was glitchy today. It got into a trade again where, only some of the accounts ended up with the target orders and the stop loss orders, and so I'm getting better at getting out of those. So I guess that's a good thing. I mean, it didn't really cost me any money, but it was kind of weird how that worked. Anyway, so here's my updated trail on those accounts. Here's the updated gap. This gap is, the distance to, my hitting the profit that I need in each account. The only account right now that's kind of in danger right here is this $25,000 account. It's kind of been struggling along here. We're down to 234. I did lose one account. I had a $50,000 account that was right on the edge. The first trade this morning knocked it out. I had a trade in gold that just didn't work out. And that took out that account. So I didn't expect it to last the day. It didn't last through the first trade. At any rate, all the others are in pretty decent shape. So, we'll keep plugging along here. Instead of today going through all my trades, because I had a bunch of them, I traded too much today, which is one of the reasons I ended negative. But I wanted to show 2 trades that I took that were by the book in terms of my trading plan and how they worked out. Okay. And I think they give, they're just good examples of, what were good trades. I had a number of trades that were good trades that my stops were too tight, and so I got stopped out before I made money. I had some that just didn't work. I had a variety of them today. But I'm just going to focus on these 2. So the first one is in oil this morning. So we started the day. We came into the open. We pushed up. There was an opportunity. Oh, never mind. Nope, that's not a valid trade. Skip that. The reason this gold line trade, this 1 minute gold line, is not a valid trade is because we don't have a smooth pullback. You see this is choppy. We've got a high, we've got a low, then we've got a high, then we've got a low. So technically this isn't a valid trade. These open ranges can be kind of choppy. Price comes up. It slowly starts to meander back. So what I'm looking for is a reaction off of, first of all, this gold line here, which is the 9 EMA off the 5-minute time frame. And again, this is the Bob Anderson strategy. So look him up on YouTube. He goes, he's really good at explaining the strategy, and he does it a little differently than I do. But so definitely check him out. Anyway, it comes back to the gold line. I did not take this. This would have failed. And well, actually, it would not have been a valid trade. And the reason it wouldn't have been a valid trade is because if we're starting off here, we push up to the high, the recent pivot high. Okay. And then, well, this candle kind of comes down. We have a lower high, and we have a lower low, and it pushes up to this lower high. So now we're stair-stepping down. This pivot here, this recent low, because the price broke this low before it touched the 5-minute gold line, that invalidates the trade. So that's why this trade was not taken. Instead, it pushes down to the red line, the 20. This is the 21 SMA off of the 5-minute time frame. Normally, this is more of an afternoon line, like after 11 or 12 o'clock. But it respected it. And because it was also off the bottom of the open range, I think I've said before, oil tends to go from one side of the open range to the other. So if it does not break through, it's likely going to bounce up to the other end. So here's where the trade entry would be 1 tick above the candle that pierces this line. All right, so this candle comes down, price breaks below. We drop our entry order as a buy order 1 tick above this candle as soon as it closes. Comes up, ticks me in. I was a little nervous because this is a little bit of a bigger candle. It's from 34 to 46. So it's a 12-tick candle, which is, that's a good size candle, but because it was reacting off of the bottom of the open range, it gave me a little more confidence. So I got in. And I think let's see, we went from 47, top of this candle, to 58. So if you remember yesterday, I said that the one mistake I made yesterday was I didn't take my profit at 10 ticks like I was supposed to. Well, I didn't do it again. So, and the way my ATM strategy is set up is once you hit 10 ticks, it moves the stop loss to break even. It hit 11 ticks, came back, stopped me out for break even. Now, first of all, if you'd have held it to the 20 ticks, which is what these trades should get you. Again, I'm only doing 10 ticks because I'm doing higher contracts, so I'm looking for more of a quick scalp. But if you look at this, it comes back. So you would have taken a little bit of heat here, but it never would have closed below your 10 tick stop loss, which is what I would start with. And it hits 20 ticks. That's what this red line is here. Can't see it very well. This right here, 80.47 was my entry. 80.67 would be 20 ticks. So I just wanted to illustrate where that 20 ticks would have hit. So in the trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th minute, it would have hit 20. If you'd have held on, you could have got more, but your 20 ticks is right there. So a picture perfect trade. It worked perfectly. After this, I kind of hit myself in the back of the head for not taking my profit at 10 ticks like I said I would. So I actually changed my ATM strategy over here to set the target at 10 ticks. So that's how that trade works. Let's look over here at ES. This was the next trade that I took. Well, not the next trade sequentially, but this was a trade that worked. And actually you see, let's see. Okay, so in the ES, price comes in at a high, comes down to a low. It kind of, I actually took this gold line trade here, which isn't the one I have this chart up for, but it certainly works. Price comes, recent pivot low. Here, not like in oil, but here we have a smooth pullback. Each the low of each candle in this case, because we're coming up, the low of each candle is higher than the previous candle. I got in right here. I got nervous on this one, and I don't know why I was nervous, but I sold out. I got out of it for 1 tick profit. I think trading scared should have been maybe that'll be the title of my video today. Anyway, but price continued to kind of come down. It looked like this 1 minute 9 EMA, this 1 minute gold line was being respected. I mean, we followed it. You know, once we came below it, we came back up for a retest here. We came back down, we came up for a retest here. And here we have a reset. So the rules for this trade is you take the first or second touch, but you never take the third touch, okay? Meaning you can take the first time price comes back to test it. You can take the second time price comes back to test it, but generally the third time price comes back to test it is a lower probability. The reset of that counter is when price crosses above this 21 SMA from the 1 minute chart, which is this red line here. So price closes above it, which is a reset for this gold line. We push down, we create a new pivot low. We have a smooth pullback. Now it doesn't pull back very far, but we're in a clear downtrend. I got into this trade late. The entry would have been 1 tick below this candle because this is the candle that crosses the 9 EMA. So the entry is 1 tick below that. I was watching this and I was watching oil, I think, and I didn't notice this happen. So I came back during this candle and I was kind of evaluating it and I said, you know what, I think it's going to go ahead and come down. So I went ahead and jumped in a little bit late. And in this case, I did get 10 ticks. So just want to call that out there. I did get my 10 ticks in this case, but I wanted to show that, again, 20 ticks would have worked. So in ES, that's 5 points. So the entry is this green line here at whatever it is, 44.8975. 20 ticks would be down here at 44.8450. That's not right. It should be 75. So I have that in the wrong place, but it actually would have been 1 tick higher than this. So you can see, I mean, this trade worked out great. I mean, no heat at all. As Bob would say, no heat on this one. Price just kind of moved down, and I could have got 20 ticks on this one. So this trade worked. So that's an example of red line, what we call a 5-minute red line trade, and a 1 minute gold line trade, one in oil and one in ES. So there were lots of opportunities today, especially in oil. I should probably just turn off every other chart and just focus on oil because I miss the good ones for some reason. So I need to be paying better attention. There were some good opportunities in oil today that I just missed. At any rate, that's all I have today. So let me know what you think. I will mention I had some requests for a copy of this spreadsheet. It's pretty rudimentary. It's got some calculations in there, but I'm going to kind of clean it up and I'm happy to share that with anybody who, wants it. It's nothing magical, certainly, but happy to share it if somebody would, thinks it'd be useful. So thanks for watching. Remember to trade your plan, trade safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.